My group and I did a survey on more than 100 students through two different ways. The first way is through online surveys and the second way is through interviews. We wanted to know whether students drink coffee to stay awake and whether they think it helps.
I drink coffee to stay awake during the day because occasionally I only have 3 to 4 hours of sleep. I usually include 2 shots of espresso in my lattes, and it usually takes effect about an hour-ish later. I find myself more awake and just less likely to fall asleep in my classes.
Do you drink coffee to stay awake?
Sometimes, like during exam periods or period when I'm like really tired and I need extra energy.
And do you think it actually works?
For me, it works for the first 2 hours. So for the first 2 hours, I will get super energetic. But right after that, my heartbeat will increase and I feel more tired and I feel like it's not working out for me. Yeah.
According to the small survey we did, it was found that up to 57.1% of college students do drink coffee to stay awake during the day, where 61.9% of them believes the gigs works for them. More than half of our survey population were to have a false psychological perspective of coffee. Why is that so?
Did you know coffee does not actually help a student who pull an all-nighter to stay awake?
In fact, students usually felt more lethargic after consuming coffee.
Let's waste no more time and get the inside look of the coffee shop and see how the staff think.
Hi, we're doing a project about coffee. Currently, we want to know more about the sales of coffee on campus for a little small research. So can you help me?
Oh, okay.
How many bags of coffee beans are consumed per day?
Actually, I don't know. I just work here, but I can tell you how many how many cups of coffee students consume per day. It's about 200 cups a day.
So do you notice any change, like increase or decrease in the sales of coffee at any time of the semester or any time of the day?
So in the exam week, and you consume more, or in the football game, students consume more coffees.
So what types of coffee do you think that students like most?
I think it is iced latte, but I'm not sure.
Hi, we are doing a project about coffee, and currently we want to know more about the sales of coffee on campus. For the small research, would you like to help me?
Yes, sure. Ask your questions.
Thank you. So the first question is, how many bags of coffee bean are used per day?
Well, we usually consume like 2 bags a day, and we sell like maybe around 300 to 400 cups of coffee. And student really likes to drink coffee, especially like around finals and midterms. The coffee's consumption will increase.
So you notice the increase in the sales of coffee at midterm and the final?
Yeah. Like around midterm, final week, we usually sell up to like 50% more coffee than the consumption in our usual days, and it is like very common during midterms and finals.
Oh, okay, thank you. So the next question is, what type of coffee do students consume most?
I think that Americans are more like they usually order like Americano, and some Asian students they like sweet coffees like latte and mocha, and I think the black mocha is one of the most popular coffee drinks around campus.
Okay, thank you.
Different types of coffee consist of different ingredients. For example, a latte may have a slightly higher sugar level compared to a mocha, where a brewed coffee may have more shots of espresso compared to the frozen ones. However, the ingredients also very different from coffee shops. Therefore, a student who is not aware of the choices they make will alter their lethargies.
If I tell you that coffee actually really makes you even tired after you consume it?
Serious? Are you for real?
What?
According to Scott, the excessive sugar in each cup of coffee will cause coffee drinkers to have a sugar rush. Instead of getting a caffeine boost first, the body's energy is used up to process the sugar because a body will react with the sugar first. After the dose of sugar is over, the body will then feel tired. Besides, coffee was also found to dehydrate a person's body. As scientific as it sounds, coffee is a diuretic, meaning it gives us an urge to urinate. When a body is dehydrated, a body gets tired.
As caffeine is the only reason for the brain to stay alert, it has its downside too. It is a vasoconstrictor too, meaning it has the ability to narrow a body's arteries and veins, making it harder for blood to flow through them.
Whenever you're awake, a chemical called adenosine slowly accumulates in your brain, and this adenosine binds to receptors which slow down brain activity. Ultimately, the more adenosine there is, the more tired your brain feels, which makes sense as the longer you're awake, the more fatigued you become. Conversely, while you sleep, the concentration of adenosine declines, gradually promoting wakefulness. But it turns out that the caffeine in your coffee is incredibly similar to adenosine in structure. The caffeine works its way through your bloodstream and into your brain, where it starts to compete and binds with adenosine receptors. But because it's not adenosine, the sleepiness effect isn't felt. Adenosine can no longer bind, meaning its calming properties are diminished, which is great for you when you're feeling tired. However, with long-term use of caffeine, your brain responds by creating more adenosine receptors, which means more caffeine is required to elicit the same response. It also means that when you try to quit drinking coffee or miss your daily intake, you might experience some withdrawal symptoms and feel more tired than you would have before you ever drank coffee.